is a brilliant system. Highly recommend going with the connecting racks because they do just make this a whole even better world. I want to update everybody on colors really quickly, Lou, and then we'll talk more about these. This is the original pewter. We've got about 800 of the incredible pewter. We've got this in red, and we've just got one out here, but you're getting two of any color that you love. Red, we have 650 total to go around. If you love this beautiful blue, the Atlantic blue, this is the most limited. There's 350. So if you love this color, maybe this is a college color for, you know, or a dorm color because of where your kids are gonna be going to school. White, phenomenal, always very popular. We're pretty good to go with the white. The taupe next door, that's a nice neutral. The taupe, we've got about 850. If you love the black, oh, the black is available, and we have less than 1,000. Black is our best seller. And then we have one more deep color. It's called vintage bronze. It's more of like that deep espresso brown. So I guess I point out these colors specifically because you don't have to feel like these are an unsightly shelving option. A lot of us, myself included, use these indoors, in bedrooms, in, you know, offices, in even living rooms, because they are really an attractive way to do your storage. And maybe it's not storage of heavy, big boxes and things like that. Maybe it's just, you know, pretty things. Maybe it's like your appliances in the kitchen that you need to put, and then be able to move them and roll them around. Lou, tell everybody about your storage unit.
Oh, yeah. So funny thing about the storage unit, we have 2 rows rather of 3 across, all right, side by side by side. You could not do that with any other shelving system, because ordinarily, if you built them that close together, especially 2 rows deep, you'd never be able to get in there. But because these have wheels on them, you just open up the door, roll out one rack, and then have access to everything in there. And if I needed to get stuff on the back, I could pull it out. But you know, Callie, the other thing that if you have a storage unit that's important to know is that you're getting charged for every square inch, not just the floor space, all the way up to the ceiling. So you might as well use it. And that's what Origami does better than almost anything. We take advantage of the vertical storage in your home, in your office, in your storage unit. And we make sure that you're maximizing the area you've already got, because that's the one problem people run into most of the time, is that they feel like they've run out of space. And in our minds, we think space equates to horizontal plane only. That's the direction we've got to go in. Now, you go this way too. You just got to figure out how to do it. With Origami, it's not a lot of thought going into this. It's really simple just to open this up and take advantage of it. And then the other thing, notice how easy it is to close this down when you're not using it. This is why I always say Origami is not just it's not a storage problem, it's a storage solution. So when you're not using these, see how Jamie just took that out from the next to that cabinet right there? If you don't need to use it, it doesn't have to take up that footprint on your floor and eat up all that space. You put it away till the next time, Callie. It's that easy.
Without a doubt. You should read some comments and reviews. In fact, I pulled a couple that I'd love to share during this show, because it's one of those things. You seriously get one and then go, I need more. But the good news is you're getting 2 today. It's been a minute since we've had the 2-pack available. How about a couple of reviews? This one coming in from New Jersey. A sturdy, simple design, easy to open and close, holds a lot, does not take up a lot of space. Here's one from Michigan. Easy and quick setup. Industrial strength, convenient portability, great for organizing and keeping stuff off garage floor. Here's another from New York. I own several of these Origami racks and will certainly be getting more. They're the greatest thing. They really are the greatest thing. It's such a brilliant solution to, I mean, we've all been there. Tracy and I were talking about how, I remember one time I went and I bought a desk with Tristan for his bedroom, and it was like 1,800 pieces, bolts and nuts and screws and all the things. And I too was done with the project, and there were 2 screws left over. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope that doesn't hurt the desk. Well, it did. Of course, one drawer never ever worked. And after all that time and all that, frustration, this is as simple as it gets. I think, Lou, we've heard from several that the hardest part of setting these up is actually getting them out of the box they come in.
No, that's the truth too. By the way, so Madison here wanted to come out and say hi because this is going to be one of my last shows from home. Yeah, so she wanted to let everybody at home see Maddie.
Hey,
that's Madison right there. She's a good girl.
Oh, such a sweetheart.
Okay. Thanks, sweetie. All right, so I wanted to show everybody the bottom of this, and we were talking about the assembly. And the assembly, I'm telling you right now, you saw me do it several times. It's super, super easy to do. But I want to show you the bottom of the shelf. And the reason is, if you ever want to know how your furniture is built, look at the underside, because that's where they hide all the whoopsies. You know what I mean? They hide all the mistakes. Because this is powder coated steel, all right, you're not going to see any drips. There's not going to be any streaks. There's not going to be anything weird going on underneath here. Because when you powder coat something, okay, in effect, what you're doing is you're almost magnetizing the steel because you're putting an electrical charge through it. And that powder coating material doesn't just spray on the top of the surface, it literally wraps itself underneath and goes all the way around. And it finds all the nooks and crannies, all the voids that are in here. So that's how we can make the claim that these are going to be corrosion resistant. It's not like the metal magically all of a sudden, it started being rust proof. It's not it. It's so completely covered with the powder coatings that you can use these indoors, outdoors, Callie, any place you want to. But to your point earlier about the assembly, I mean, there it is. I just closed it up and now I just assembled it. That's it.
I am so in love with that. I mean, it is just the most wonderful feeling. I mean, as a woman, I don't want to have to like, hon, I've got another thing on the list for you tonight. And I mean, nobody wants to have that frustration. I love how easy it is. And I also just love how these are so durable. I've had my rack. We used to sell them one at a time, and then they became so popular. Every once in a while, we'd get to do a 2-pack. This is a rare treat to have the 2-pack. But I mean, to this day, it is still serving me at the highest level. It hasn't gotten one little, there's no bending, and I've had heavy stuff on there. I've had so many different things, and I can't wait for you guys to experience just the joy that this can bring to get things up and off that garage floor. One more quick reminder, and I know we've got 7 colors, you're getting 2. That breaks down to $140 per rack when I think they sell separately for $179 is my guess of what we do on a normal single ship option. But this is a 2-pack. So you can choose the vintage bronze, the black, the taupe, the white. Here's your pretty blue. This is the most limited. We have red and we have the original in the pewter. I'm gonna go back behind this one again, Lou, to show everybody those connecting racks because this is, again,
Yeah, sure.
if you wanna fill the whole garage with shelving that is gonna stay as strong and sturdy